So claim it. Work hard to get it. Get it, reach back, pull someone else up. Each one, teach one. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress. You don't start because of what you don't have. You don't start because you don't realize yet that the fruit of everything good in life begins with a challenge. There's nothing easy in life, worthwhile in life. Everything is uphill that's worthwhile. And it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to fall in your lap, and it's not going to be something that, oh my God, it just was so simple. It's always going to be difficult.
The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer to grow. To grow, you must suffer. Most of this generation quits the second they get talked to. You did this wrong, or they get yelled at. It's so easy to be great nowadays because everybody else is, most people are weak. This is a softened generation. So if you have any mental toughness, any ability, you have any fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do it but still do it. People have a hard thing to understand. I hate to run. And it makes me so crazy. It doesn't even work. People go, well, why do you run if you hate it? What are you talking about? I don't want to take showers and eat either. I hate that too. That's life, man. It wasn't until I changed that mentality that I became fine. What do you do on the days when you're just not feeling?
What steps did I take to start an online business to give myself a life of more freedom? Freedoms.
Those days when I'm tired or worn out or just basically sick of the grind. What do I do on those days? I go anyways. I get it done. Even if I'm just going through the motions, I go through the motions. I don't really want to work out. I work out. I really don't want to hammer on a project. I hammer on the project. Don't really want to get up and get out of bed. I get up and get out of bed. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness.
So have dreams, but have goals.
I agree with that 1,000,000%.
Understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do.
Very well said. I'm gonna jump in here now. What's up, y'all? Got a cast of individuals on here. What's going on, Johnny? What's going on? I got Vin here, and I got Adon. What's going on? individuals have been here. I got Miss Pretty Lady. She's on deck. I wanted to throw this quick thing at y'all. I am coming to y'all from the Seven Cities Radio Group. I am Chris One of the Chris One Radio Group. I want to throw this at y'all today. I had a half an hour to burn, so it's time to learn. Appreciate you guys for being here. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but you decided to rock out with me instead. I am on various different platforms. Unplugged. That's why you're on an entirely different camera than I normally have you guys on. Of course, live is on the camera. Yeah, actually, I did. I seen it. I got Vin asked me, did I see Captain Marvel? I was totally disappointed with Captain Marvel. I didn't think that Captain Marvel was worth. I just think that they was just throwing us another female movie. I don't think Captain Marvel was very well written. That's my opinion. But I got this thing I want to throw at you. I want to talk about something today, and I played that inspirational intro. That was, of course, Denzel Washington and a host of other people that was talking about being inspired. People, I'm gonna tell you something. I am still, and this is some true stuff I'm about to drop on y'all. I am still driven off of things that happened to me early on. I am driven. When you talk about these things that help us and keep us driven, some people will misinterpret that as you being bitter. You need to get past that. You need to let it go, etc., etc. But what I'm here to tell you is that there are some things that you need not let go. There are some things that you need to keep close to the heart. People, I'm going to tell you something. It's the reason why I have the life that I have. It's the reason why I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I actually did a show some time back, and the name of that show was You Will Never Be Above What You Hate. I can't tell you how many individuals I met in my life that say, I hate getting up early. That's why I don't work the first shift. I hate. When you insert that word hate into whatever it is you're trying to do in life, you will never be above that hate. You will never be above it. You will never. My mom told me one time, she said, stop telling people all your business ideas. You probably remember the story. I told my mom, it doesn't matter. I can tell everybody my business ideas. She said, why? I said, because it takes energy to do what I do. And I have a lot of it. You don't just, this is why, if I can go sideways with this for a second, this is why Kyrie Irving is not understanding why he isn't the same Kyrie Irving that he was with LeBron James. When Kyrie Irving was with LeBron James buffed a lot. Kyrie Irving got the height of his success alongside some other energy. He got the big head, and then he said, well, I'm now going to take this energy and I'm going to go and do my own thing, and he's not getting the same results. At least they're clicking now, but he wasn't getting the same results. But he forgot about the time when he did not have LeBron. They got the first round draft. They pick. They was number one in the draft for a couple of years. You could only be number one in the draft if you're the worst record in the NBA. Or at the bottom anyways. I need y'all to follow me. I am writing a book about having a chip on your shoulder. I believe the craziest thing in the world is what people, here's what people got to understand. This is all my opinion, y'all. Appreciate those thumbs up. Just all my opinion. How many of you got bullied by somebody you don't know? And if so, you are a rare individual. In most cases, we get bullied by people that we know. In most cases, when we get bullied, it's an ongoing thing. It's not, I'm getting bullied, and then tomorrow you see that person and they say hello to you. Normally, in most cases, when we get bullied, it's an ongoing process, okay? That person that bullies you, I was actually listening to a story that happened. One kid was 5'1", the other kid was 5'9". Don't ask me how a 5'9" kid ended up in the 7th grade, but he was 5'9". I guess that's normal. I guess the kid that was 5'1" was just a small guy. Nonetheless, the kid that was 5'1" ultimately killed him. They was playing baseball. The kid that was 5'1" was the pitcher. He didn't pitch a game. The kid that was 5'9", hey, look, we could have won the game had you would have just. He pushed him. The kid grabbed his bat, hit the 5'9" in the back of the leg. When he went to the ground, he then finished them off. I don't got to get in graphic detail, but I need y'all to follow me. What happened as to why that kid that was 5'1" snapped? Because once you keep bullying someone, keep bullying them, what happens then, you develop a tolerance. Now you have a tolerance for it. Not a tolerance for it, but you start to build up animosity. I'm sorry. You start to build up some animosity. The problem with animosity is once it explodes, it's never good. It's never good. Nobody, once animosity explodes, it's never, I'm tired of you. You want to go out to dinner? It's never that. I assure you, it's never that. It's you explode, bad things happen. Okay, I need y'all to follow me. But then there are those things where you're not bullied. You are not bullied, but people have said things to you that will make you say, wow. And let's be clear. I've been told I was corny. I've been told I was ugly, black. I was told a lot of things. But it was all one-off because nobody would bully me. I was always a big guy. Nobody would bully me. It was always a one-off. The girls would say, oh, shut up, you ugly. So it was pretty much a one-off. I mean, honestly, I didn't stay around somebody to let them do the thing to me twice. All right? Y'all know my story. Like I said, I'm streaming off of 5 different platforms right now. Appreciate everybody for being here. 7 Cities Radio. I am Chris One of the Chris One Radio Group. We're talking about chips on your shoulder. If you don't have chips on your shoulders, I need to understand why don't you? I got many a chips on my shoulder. Proud of them. All right. So now I've been bullied, and my bullied was always a one-off. It was always a one-off. So now I walk around knowing that, okay, enough people said this to me, and I'm going to assume that's how everybody think, but I'm not going to look down upon myself because I know what I'm worth. You know, I'm not going to swap out how people feel about me under the context of, well, you're not worth, so therefore. No, I know what I'm worth. I just know how you feel about me. I'm too strong for that. Nonetheless, me personally, I have an assortment, and I mean this. I have an assortment of chips on my shoulder. So much to the point I have so many chips on my shoulder. The book that I am writing now, the name of the book that I'm writing now is called Traffic Jam on My Shoulders. The book is about me having so many chips on my shoulders. It's a traffic jam. Let's be clear about something, people. All you do when you say some fucked up shit to me is you give me fuel. If you think you saying something new to me, if you think you're going to start off a comment with, wow, like I said something bad, wow, or the classic, LOL, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you're laughing out loud, then why are you even paying attention to something you're laughing out loud? If you're saying wow, why would you? Once I reach a wow factor, that whatever no longer has my attention. But I get wow, and then I get a book. The wow is simply used to obtain my attention. But a lot of people, they don't have chips on their shoulders. And I would like to wonder why. I would like to wonder, how does those individuals navigate themselves through life and don't have nothing that drives them? Sir Mix-a-Lot made a song called One Time's Got No Case. And in that song, One Time's Got No Case, Sir Mix-a-Lot said, and I quote, "They ask what I do for a living. This is what keeps me driven." What'd he say? They ask what I do for a living. This is what keeps me driven. They want to see a brother in prison. I'm shaking them just like this, keeping that portion fifth, something like that. But he say they ask what I do for a living. Oh yeah, he says they ask what I do for a living. Should this information be given? This is what keeps me driven. Will Smith said in the song, "Living, loving, living, love living." He said, "Love living, live loving, it's all good," something like that. He said, "People say I'm corny, cool. I feed it to my ego and use it for fuel." So I've heard various artists talk about some of the negativity that has been brought to their front door, and they embraced it. I said, "Oh, yeah, I love this. Yeah, this is some good stuff." People, I'm the same way. I am the exact same way. So much to the point. I had an individual say to me on a video, it's just unbelievable. The individual says to me, he says, "What is your purpose?" He comes up under my he comes on my platform and asks me, "What is my purpose?" Hello, Miss Crystal. She's here. And he asked me, right? He says, "What is your purpose?" So I started an organization, and he's asking me what's my individual purpose. He didn't say, "What is the purpose of this organization?" And I'm going to see if I can find it. Well, he says to me, "What is your purpose?" And I said to him, Tell me my resume. Of all the things that you've seen, tell me my resume, and then I'll answer that question. Tell me what you know about me, and then I'll answer that question. He responds with, okay, let's see. I'm a black man. I'm a. I had to block the individual. And I blocked him because I did not ask him anything about him. But had he regurgitated my resume back to me, then he would have known, oh, that would have spoken for me. So where I'm at with it is, I am at a point now in my life where, if number one, if you want to criticize me, you got to be as good as me. That's number one. Or should I say number one? Number two, I will say this and I will always say this. Great cannot be rebutted by a person that's doing okay or a person that's doing good. You can only admire it. Dues have been paid to get to great. Once again, dudes have been paid to get to being great. And I am not going to allow someone to come on my forum and ask me a question, which leads me to number three. I am no longer going to allow someone to come on my forum and disrespect me. My forum is for me to get my message across. If you want to come on my forum and think you're going to disrespect me on my forum, I'm going to block you. I'm going to get you off my forum and block you. I didn't create this forum for people to disrespect me. If you disagree with me, keep it fucking moving. You don't have to say anything. And please don't think you're going to say something to me thinking I'm going to respond back to you. The hell what I got to respond to you for? Who are you? I got individuals that think this is the problem in the black community. You got niggas walking around here thinking they can check individuals that are great. Ain't in the same forum, ain't the same, no way, shape, form, or fashion, no way, no how, not the same, not in the same category. But they ask you questions, and you could tell by the way they asked you the question. What I was supposed to have said was, well, I'm blah, 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 blah. Once I would have acknowledged this stupid idiot, then he would have been like, oh, right, because you got to answer to me. So my response to him was, tell me my resume and then I'll answer your question. Tell me my resume, I'll answer your question. Tell me my resume, then I'm going to answer your question. Because what you're not going to do is think for 1 minute me and you are in the same category. Well, I got to answer your question. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not saying this. I got 9 minutes. I'm not saying this to brag about myself, but I always feel the need that I have to say this. Now, of course, I'm getting off topic for a second. Everybody that's listening to me right now, I'm going to ask you a question. And the question that I would ask you is, if the cops pulled up on you and said, you look nervous, what would you say? If the cops pulled you over and said, you look nervous, what would you say? What would you say? Now I'm going to tell you, Miss Crystal says, no, sir, I'm not. Immortal says, why would you say that? Provoked Thought says not at all. To all of y'all. So let me tell you what happened, and then I'm going to tell you what I said. And I'm not challenging y'all. I just want to open your mind up for a second. I had a cop pull me over. The cop pulls me over. I'm sitting in my car. I got my hands on the steering wheel. The cop says to me, "You look nervous." So I'm sitting in my car. Now, when you say stuff to me, you got to understand my thought process. I'm up in the stratosphere. I'm sitting in my car and I'm like, I said, "Officer, did you ever see me before?" He said, "No, I've never seen you." And I said, "Officer, did you ever pull me over before?" He said, "No, I did not." I said, "So you don't even know me. How do you know what nervous is? How do you know me in my nervous state? How do you know me? You don't know me. You don't know me. How do you know it's nervous? How do you know I'm nervous? How do you know me? You don't know me." Man, that cop looked at me and was like, "Oh, shit." Now, I didn't say this to him, but I'm going to say this to y'all. Oh, shit. Hell yeah, I'm nervous, you crooked bastard. Oh, shit. I didn't expect that. But I could have, listen, I could have had, Immortal said they read body language. Well, they don't read too well. And let's be clear about something, Immortal. That's what everybody would say. They read body language. They read body language. Well, when it comes to reading my body language, I will always declare you illiterate. You cannot read my body language. You can't. Because let's be clear about something. You don't know me to read me. So let's be clear. I am wearing a diamond ring, a gold ring, and a diamond watch. You just said they read body language. Ain't that what you said? You don't know that this ring, this diamond and platinum ring represents, all my jewelry represents schools. This platinum and diamond ring when I graduated from CDL school. The diamond ring here when I graduated from high school. The golden, the diamond watch represents when I graduated from CDL school. So if you're reading me, you obviously, you don't know what book I am. You don't know nothing about me to read me. This is why when I get pulled over, I keep my fucking hand on the steering wheel. And I caught the cops plenty of times looking at my rings like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. Well, you don't know what they mean." Right. So everything y'all saying is right. That's what the normal person would say. I'm just not the normal person. My thing is, listen, remember this. Listen at this. They say what you say can and will be used against you, right? This is what they say. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Appreciate that, Miss Crystal. Right? Anything you say can and will be used against you. Everything a cop say to me, I use it against them. I had one cop tell me, I forgot what I had in my car. I had a bunch of signs. I got pulled over by the state police. And the reason why I got pulled over is because I had a little Volkswagen Rabbit diesel. And every time I would floor it, it would smoke real bad until, that's what diesels do. Nonetheless, I seen the cop start to come after me. So I started driving real calm. I got off the gas pedal. He pulls me over. This cop says to me, "Where are you heading?" I said, "I'm heading west on Route 280. On Route 80. He says something about my inspection sticker. I said, "Well, I got 2 days left on my inspection sticker. So I'm trying to understand." And then he started asking me, he asked me something else. I said, "Has a crime been committed here?" I'm not understanding all the questions, trooper. And I call them by what they are: trooper, officer, sergeant, lieutenant, whatever their rank is. I know rank. I address them as that because I'm military, and that's what you do. So they should read that. But nonetheless, I said, he said something. I said, Trooper, I'm having problems following you with your questioning. He said, well, in my investigation, when I look in your vehicle, and as he was talking, I said, hold up. Stop. Your investigation? I said, I snickered. Please enlighten me on the terms or the nature of your investigation. And I went like this. Then I looked at him, and he was just staring at me. He went back to the car, came back 2 minutes later. Mr. Smith, you can go ahead. People, that's how I am. Whatever they say, I turn around and use it against them. That's what I do. I'm excellent at it. I'm excellent at comebacks. Don't think you're going to leave something slick. You're going to leave a comment. When people say things to me, I'm already 3 and 4 steps ahead of it. When that idiot said to me, you know, what is the purpose? What is your purpose? Whatever. Don't ask me no questions. Don't ask me no questions. You know, and that's the way it is. People, I want to throw that at y'all. Listen, man, keep a chip on your shoulder. Y'all know I'm going to be back here at 6:30 tonight. Tight on time, though, for real. Keep a chip on your shoulder, y'all. Keep a chip on your shoulder, man. It keeps you driven. It's life. It's a power source of life. And by you keeping a chip on your shoulder, you ensure yourself that you, in fact, will always be relevant. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Appreciate that, Sean. Have a good one, gentlemen. And ladies, appreciate that.